Hey everyone, Xander's here, and welcome to the Shoutout Reloaded. Yeah, it's been a little while. I had planned on actually doing another Shoutout video sooner. I just never got around to it. I was distracted by the things. Shit happens, basically. But that's all behind me now, and it's finally time to go ahead and talk about some more channels I think that you should subscribe to. Now this time the list is going to be a little smaller, so I can make this go a little faster. I'm actually only going to do 7 channels this time. So without further ado, let's jump into the first one. So first up we have Lazy Game Reviews. Now, LGR is a channel that focuses on old DOS games or even some newer stuff, but mostly it's PC related stuff, talking about gaming history or weird kind of accessories that computers used to have, peripherals, or even going out to places like Goodwill and finding really weird, unique, or awesome secondhand items, whether it be gaming related or not. This is somebody that I can really kind of get behind. He has one of those really smooth voices to listen to. I can't do a good impression of him, but he's a very interesting watch, in my opinion. I really do enjoy watching a lot of his different videos, whether it's the oddities that he finds that used to be, sold in stores for computers, or whether it's, an old game that I've kind of forgotten about or never got to experience. This is the guy to go to for that, and I highly recommend it. So why don't you go ahead and go check him out. Subscribe right now. I guarantee you'll get something interesting out of it, even if it is just a really sultry voice. Now the next few have a bit of a common theme. So this is going to be the anime block of channels, if you will. So let's dive in with Aki Dearest. Now, Aki Dearest is a YouTuber I kind of came across a little more recently. She is someone that has a channel based around all things otaku. And by that I mean anime, manga, cosplay, Vocaloids. She talks about all these things, whether it's terminologies or showing off fan-made Vocaloid videos, or talking about her own personal experiences, things like that. And I really like that aspect of her channel. But there's also the fact that she is someone who is very, very open about her love of hentai. And you know what? I respect that personally, because frankly, there's nothing wrong with having your kinks. I'm all for it. And so what if you like tentacle hentai? I support your right to like it, and frankly, if you love it, go all out for it, and she definitely does do this. So she's someone that's very fun and witty, and frankly, a pretty good positive attitude about her. And I really think she's someone that's worth your time, so go ahead and go check out her channel. Just be warned, there's a lot of talk about boobs and tentacles. I'm only halfway excited about that. I really don't care about tentacles, but boobs, I am all behind. Now next up on our little anime block is Anime America. Now Anime America is a channel I've been following for a little while. They do a lot of top 10 lists or voter lists. They also do retrospectives and reviews of individual anime or different series and things like that. They are actually a group of people that I really enjoy watching. They have great personalities, and the style they use for their reviews, the kind of like chibi avatars, they're just entertaining because they come up with interesting ways to actually use these avatars in comedic fashion and to help represent their real life personalities. Now, while the channel has been plagued with a lot of false flagging and DMCA claims, it's usually never really justified, and frankly, they're abused so much by these third-party companies that it's actually really sickening, and I really hope that you will support them because there are a lot of really good people and their content is really interesting. Plus, you might learn about anime you've not seen before and never heard of or never gave a chance. You can get a whole different retrospective and perspective that you might not see in a lot of other places because sometimes they hold unpopular opinions, and I think that's a good thing. So go check them out, go support them. They're all really awesome people, and they deserve it. Now the third and final channel we've been talking about in our little anime block of YouTubers has been at The Sage. Yes, the same Sage that has been on the likes of Channel Awesome for years. Yep, that's where I came across to myself before really getting involved with watching YouTube that much, or involved in YouTube in the way I am now. Bennett is someone I find to be very witty and to be very funny. He's also somebody that when he gets serious, you want to listen because he has a lot of good insight, in my personal opinion. Now his series, Anime Abandoned, is actually what I think is the more versatile of anime review series I've ever seen, because it'll touch extremely popular series, or it'll touch on long forgotten gems, or even the most wretched things you've ever seen in anime. And he'll talk about them. He'll talk about them intelligently, with a bit of sly humor, or with a downright detestability that you may not find in a lot of fandoms that don't go into the further reaches of pure insanity. Even when he talks down about a series, there's that hint that he wants to like something, or it's constructive, or maybe sometimes he really does have a vitriol to it. But that's just kind of the thing that happens with art, even in anime. Sometimes people create wretched, horrible things, and you have to talk about it. That's art. You can't ignore that it exists. No matter how much we may want to ignore them, Anime Abandon is willing to go down to the deepest, darkest realms of the most wretched anime that have ever been made and hold them up to the surface and parade them around on a pike. Because sometimes you have to make an example. But it's not just anime that he talks about, he'll talk about movies as well, and occasionally video games. So this is really a channel that I think you should check out. Check out all his archives and keep track of his more recent stuff as well. It's always funny, it's always off the wall, and it's usually a little bit risky in the way it talks about things. Even sacred cows. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, go check them out. It gets a recommendation from me, hands down. Now next up we have two channels. I am putting them together because they're more or less in tandem with each other already, and I figured there's no right way to talk about one without talking about the other, and that is Bearing and Sugar Tits. These are two channels that are based on skepticism, as well as a bit of an anti-feminist lean, which I can get behind as I'm not a feminist, I am an egalitarian, and I really have a big problem with modern-day feminism and far-left progressive views. And these two, right here, in very fun fashion, will tear apart those kinds of videos. In fact, I found Sugar Tits through Bearing, while I know some people that found Bearing through Sugar Tits. Frankly, I think they're both very brilliant people, and they're very funny. And these are two Aussies that know exactly what they're talking about, in my opinion. Bearing's humor is a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, and sometimes a little bit harsher, maybe. Sugar Tits has a more of a cynical sound to the way she talks about things. But again, someone with a good sense of humor, and they both have, to me, good comedic timing when it comes to things they want to discuss, while still not being too uber, oh my god, super ethereal about something. So these are channels that if you're really wanting to see the issues of far-left progressive points or really extreme feminist views and why they're a problem and they need to have people that are against feminism out on YouTube, these are two channels you should check out. And frankly, if you just want a good laugh, you need to watch them anyway. They're really fun. I mean, come on, cartoon bears. And they're Australian. It's a brilliant combination, I think. And we are going to be drawing this video to a close with Grade A Under A. My god, I love this channel. Grade is just simply fucking amazing. The simple art style and the way he edits videos really just adds to his very natural sense of humor and the way he views things in a critical eye, even if it may not be a popular opinion. And even if he has to say something against popular YouTubers, he will say his opinion, and I can respect that. And I really do respect his channel, because while he does stick to just kind of funny, off-the-wall kind of topics, sometimes he gets a little serious, and he brings up really valid points and really valid criticisms of other YouTubers. So, yeah, there's really not much I can say here. I think he's funny. I think he's someone worth your time and worth your attention. And frankly, I want to spread the word a little bit more about his viewpoints because I think they're right. And sometimes, even if I don't think they're right, it's good to have opposing opinions out there. But most of the time I agree with him, and my god, can he make me laugh. And that, personally, is one of the best things you can do as a channel, is get me to laugh. So go check out Grade's channel. You won't regret it. I've already told several of my friends about him, and he's been getting subs from them, so I'm hoping I can do a little bit more for him. And that's where you guys come in, so go check them out. And there are 7 more channels for you to go check out that I personally am subscribed to. So go ahead, go check them out yourself, and hopefully give them a subscribe. Speaking of which, don't forget to like and subscribe right here and now. And don't forget to share this video, because frankly, spreading the word is never a bad thing, especially when you're trying to give support to other channels. So thank you for joining me. My name is Dearest, and as always, please remember, stay awesome. Until next time.